Welcome back. Toby is in the studio. Toby, good morning. Good to have you.
Great to be here.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a question concerning you listening to Mutu Adepoju talking about what they've done so far concerning the partnership between Nigerian Football Federation and also La Liga. It's like it's been beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good development. The most interesting part of it is the youth development.
Okay.
I was part of the Lagos Junior League a few years back. A certain player called Ndidi played for Nat Boys in the Lagos Junior League. In fact, I was secretary of our local government sports committee, so I was in charge of the Apapa Golden Stars. So our biggest rivals then were Night Boys because they were very dominant. Then Sule and some other local government. It was a structure football of under 18. When you have schools, when you have students within the state, every student that participated in the Lagos Junior League had what we call last gem number. So that is where we're able to overcome the issue of 8 cheats. So you must have belonged to a school and everything. So it was a well-structured program the past administration did. And indeed, he played in 2011, 2012, 2013 season before he was discovered for the under-17. In fact, he left from there for the under-17. From there, he went to the under-20, and today, indeed, he plays in England in the EPL. So he never played for Nigerian League. So when you have this structure that the La Liga is bringing for the youth league, it's going to enhance the fundamental base of youth development. Because what we have in the country, we just have players playing in the league without having a structure for the youth league. So now it's a wonderful partnership with the La Liga. They're trying to use the word force the clubs to have a structure, having a youth system, feeder team, so that even players that leave secondary school. I give another quick short story. Stephen Ode plays in the Lagos State Principal Cup. He led his team to win the 2012 Lagos State Principal Cup, sponsored by a bank in Nigeria. I was part of the team. I celebrated when they won the final. But today, Stephen Ode has scored 7 goals in the Nigerian Premier League. He has played just for one season. So in the past, there's a lacuna between certain kind of one who was young when he went to Atlanta. But now we see younger players playing in the league. So it's a good development that the La Liga are trying to help and synergize with the MPFL so that we have a structure whereby youth players, you cannot monitor players from the under 17 players those days. We have under 17 players, everybody playing in the senior league, that's the Nigerian Premier League.
The top flights. Yes.
Top flight league. But now we have younger players in the league, and also we have that structure where even parents can also monitor their kids. Okay, he play for Imba Feeders team, play for MFM Feeders team, and we saw the likes of Obafemi Martins left from the Feeders team in terms to the main team. So it's a welcome development, and it's a nice one that Channels also is highlighting this, and also the media also should help to sanitize. Like when I saw the story yesterday, I just made sure that this is a story we need to celebrate in the paper, and that's why I use the New Telegraph today. So we must celebrate the youth league and appreciate what the LMC are doing, try to revive and help to put a structure for youth development.
Obviously.
And now we saw what on the 20, we saw fantastic goals, and that is the bedrock for tournament like this. And that's why we didn't go there. It's going to be very tough. But tomorrow you talk about the fixtures, the semi-final fixtures. We've seen what South Africa is doing, Zambia, and also.
Why are you trying to make us feel bad for qualifying?
No, we didn't qualify. We are missing out because that's the structure for you to develop it. Say the Senegalese. Watch out for the Senegalese in the next 2-3 years. They'll be playing the French league and they'll be doing well. And you see the Guinean team also.
Okay, we can't wait to see the future of this team because this is not 17, this is 20. So these guys are big.
Yeah,
so
when you leave from they played on the 17. He went on the 20
in England already. So
and that is because you have a structure.
It's okay.
Well, just one more, Cecilia, before just one more on this La Liga MPFL partnership. I was asking Mutu the other time. I mean, it's not about imposing the La Liga methodology. That's what he says on Nigeria. But what's your take on it? Is it a good way to go, La Liga, Nigeria? Or because obviously the philosophy has to be from the bottom till the top. So
no, for the league.
Considering we have a German coach, what's your take on having the methodology?
That's a very sensitive question. It's a technical question.
Yeah.
For the league, this is a relationship with the La Liga, trying to see technically they have technical partnership, they have player development, they have even human capacity development
as well.
and commercial aspect of it. Okay. So they're doing the business, trying to see what we can gain from there. And also taking our players also to La Liga, like we'll talk about Bassi, to also expose our player, give development. But for the national team, the technical crew and they have their philosophy, their style of play. So we are not imposing a La Liga into our own youth development system. But what we are doing, we are copying what they are doing and see how to, because the Nigerian football style of play is about physicality. You must be physical and strong to play in the Nigerian league. But in the La Liga, it's about technicality. It's about short passes. It's about trying to make sure the midfield is strong. We saw the wonderful goal scored by Olatubosun. Fantastic goal. And he won the CNN award. Those are the things we are seeing, and we can benefit from such things.
The talents are not in doubt.
I'm telling you.
Loads of them all over the park.
Okay,
Cecilia,
you can go on and
on, but let's move on now.
Thank you.
Cecilia, your guys, okay, it's not your
It's my
guy.
guy. Tyson Fury. I mean, he wants to come back.
He wants to return to boxing.
Yeah,
are you looking forward to seeing Tyson Fury fight again? He's had a roller coaster couple of years now, from winning and stunning everyone to beating this man, Vladimir. But is that issues? Mental issues?
Yeah.
Is that drugs and related issues as well too? But yesterday, he revealed on social media that he's returning to boxing in May. Are you looking forward to
It's good if he comes back, but he should just try to settle his mental state, because it's very essential, so that we don't have issues like former Tyson went to bite off someone's ear.
That wasn't a mental problem. So
no, but psychologically, when he was losing, he just came. Mike Tyson said,
"Okay, on the light side, right.
Okay."
Yeah.
But seriously, it's good for boxing if he comes back, because when he came to the scene, he dominated. He broke that jinx. And nobody expected that the Klitschko family, any one of them, would just go down easily like that. But he came, but he didn't stay long. But we want him to back. Boxing is getting interesting. We saw David at the weekend. We saw other boxers coming. Everybody coming up and everything. So it's good if he comes back, and if it's mentally okay. It's good for him. It's good for boxing.
It's good for boxing. Cecilia.
You know this
guy.
Breaking news. Like, okay,
but I want to be sure he's the one that tweeted it.
No, he did. May 13th, that's when he's coming back. He said he's working on an opponent. More news to follow. And who is he going to fight? And he feels everyone that's actually with his belt, they should just keep it warm. It's come to actually get the belt and also get them. So he calls himself the king. So return of the king, either big or small, so he needs to get all the belts back.
He's just telling everybody to just get ready that he's coming back. But it's good, because his style of play, of fight, he's so energetic, and he's not the type that stays back. He likes to go and box his opponent, and that's why I was able to get
as I was able to be, very awkward fighter Tyson Fury. But like I said,
you might call it crazy. It's just going to get. What you need is to get your point and get the win. No so it's not how you fight.
No issues at all with this fight style. No problem. But the problem is, it's been out for 18 months. That's a very long time.
We'll wait for him to come back.
Now
let's talk the Champions League. Now we'll start with Arsenal. First, we'll listen to Wenger. He has been talking about the fact that the issue with Alexis Sanchez is actually nothing. I mean, no bust up, nothing. He's staying at the club. But the club is going to decide if he's going to leave or not. So he can't actually force his move. From what he has said, that's the way it seems to be. And also talking about if they can actually overturn the deficit they suffered at Allianz Arena. We'll listen to him and also
Saka,
both of them talking ahead of Champions League game. We'll come back. We'll talk more on how Arsenal will be able to beat Bayern. Who knows? It can happen at the Emirates.
I'm not aware. Nothing happened.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I explained after the game at Liverpool that I decided to go for a more direct option in the game, and that's what happened. That was the unique reason for my decision, And for the rest, his attitude is he's a committed player, and sometimes with excessive behaviors, but you had that many times in history, in every squad. Well, the only advantage of our situation is that we have not much choice to have any hesitation. We have, of course, to go for it and to attack and go forward with determination and flow and try to score goals. a world of small margins, and if you drop off a little bit, it's on the belief side, on confidence front, it looks always like you do not want to fight with players. I 100% believe that these players want to do well, they want to win, and that we have not, football is still a game, and where you play only well when you have belief as well that you can do well. And I think at the moment, when you don't win, everybody says always the same, you don't fight enough. Yes, but football is not only fight. It is part of it, but not only. It's as well freedom to go for it, freedom to play. And it's a mixture of all that makes makes you a little bit less successful. First of all, it's always a very difficult period because you play in the last 16. In the last 4 or 5 years, we have played always against Barcelona or against Bayern Munich. We played 4 times against Bayern Munich. We had the best team or the second best team sometimes in Europe. So it's always a difficult period.
I think we saw on a lot of occasions, that we were absolutely not ready for a fight, and that's what I wanted to see tomorrow, that we are up for a fight, to challenge something. We haven't competed a lot, like in recent games, and we need to turn that around. That is really the focus, to come back to our strength. And one thing about the Liverpool game, there were 11 players on the pitch. We had a real chance, to go for it, to push it, and even without our best player on the pitch, to show that we are a real unit and that we have to execute that, It's not always the manager has got, it's hard for him now to select, but he does it with his best knowledge, and we trust him.
Arsenal defender Pierre Mertesacker speaking ahead of tonight's very important match against Bayern Munich. Arsenal 1-5 down. And Toby, before we get your thoughts on what is likely to happen today between Arsenal and Bayern, let's have a look at the games that will be played. Apart from Arsenal and Bayern, there's also a match between Real Madrid and Napoli. Real Madrid leading 3-1 from the first leg. But obviously, the big match for tonight is Arsenal-Bayern. And Toby, we said it, 4 goals down. No team has ever, overcome that deficit before. How possible, how probable is it for Arsenal to do that tonight? In the Champions League knockout stage, yeah? How possible is it?
Well, for me, if I'm to choose the big match from is Napoli, Real Madrid.
Toby, come on.
Okay.
For Arsenal, Bayern, as a Wenger,
it's no longer a big game for you.
Come on.
With due respect, has lost what it takes to manage Arsenal. So, like we saw what they did against Liverpool.
Yeah.
We just see if they could just reduce the deficit today or get a slim win. But I don't see Bayern losing to Arsenal with that wide margin. Okay. With due respect to Arsenal. So, but the game I'm watching out for is the Real Madrid-Napoli, because the great thing about the two teams, Real Madrid had 10-point lead in the La Liga. They lost it. Barca are leading today. And Real Madrid also struggled initially against Napoli in the first leg, but they got their hearts together. They were able to get a 3-1. But going to Italy is going to be very difficult for them, but they also know that what they just need is to just play and sit back and see how they curtail the rapid force of the attacking force of Napoli. But that's the match everyone wants to watch. But going back to the Arsenal-Bayern game, because of the followership of both teams in terms of TV coverage and everything, I think Bayern will just want to prove it for that. They want to win the Champions League, and they must do it well against Arsenal.
You don't think complacency is going to set in here, 5-1 up? But anyways, before we get your thoughts on that, let's listen to Carlo Ancelotti. He's been speaking ahead of tonight's match against Arsenal.
Yeah, of course, they will try to attack. They will try to put pressure on us using their quality, that they have a lot of quality. We're all in front. Of course, they will try to open the score quite soon. For this reason, we have to pay attention. But we don't want to change our style, our idea. If we have enough strength to attack and to play the same game that we played in Munich will be good. But this is the beauty of football, because in football you never know. And so I think that experience was good for me to avoid this kind of problem, and a good moment to show that we are focused from the beginning, that we want to win.
That's not nice. Not nice at all.